The story begins intensely. The newlywed wife anxiously waits for her soldier husband, but instead receives news of his death from the entire army. She has been washing her face daily, but unexpectedly, on a stormy night, her dead husband pushes open the door, covered in blood. In this chaotic era, the female lead Chi-kun and the male lead Kang-moo are newlyweds in their prime. But Kang-moo is forcibly conscripted into the military and sent to the battlefield. Before he left, the two made a solemn vow under the willow tree at the village entrance to never be separated. But soon after, bad news arrived from the front line. The entire army was annihilated with no survivors. Villagers said Chi-kun had become a widow and gossiped about her. Unfortunately, Chi-kun went to wait every day under the willow tree, almost straining her eyes. Just as she was hopeless, on a stormy night with thunder and lightning, the locked door was pushed open, and Kang-moo entered, covered in blood and mud. Miraculously, he returned and smiled at her, saying, "I'm back." The husband's resurrection should have been a great joy, but the village was abuzz with rumors that the returned was not human but a ghost. Although Kang-moo was gentle and caring toward Chi-kun, his behavior was strange. He always went to bed early after dark and never let Chi-kun light lamps. The village shaman and roadside witches warned Chi-kun that something ghostly was following him. They also hinted for her to look at the shadow under the lamp. Although Chi-kun said she didn't care, she was already suspicious. Finally, on a stormy night, she took advantage of Kang-moo's distraction and lit the long unused oil lamp. In the flickering light, she was horrified to discover that Kang-moo had a shadow, but she did not. The story twists. It turns out the real ghost was not the returned husband, but the wife who had been waiting at home. Memories flooded back like a tide. Shortly after Aoki joined forces, the local bully Liu Yao took advantage of the rainy month to break into the Shikun family home with malicious intent. The newly fractured Shikun fought desperately but was subdued by Liu Yao, who used scissors ruthlessly. The stone was buried underground in the kitchen. Only then did the Lord realize he had long known the fierce ghost who couldn't even enter reincarnation, and with strong resolve transformed into the stone. Day after day, he waited for the husband who would never return, repeatedly turning back to challenge your inner self. You thought it was over, but there is more to come. The secret lies ahead. Is the grave before you truly the one that crawled back from the blood-soaked stone mountain? The truth is revealed. The real grave had long died in battle, and this current grave is actually Nakliu Shu, their former love. Nakliu Shu cultivated for 100 years, witnessing the pure and steadfast love between the two. He could no longer bear to see Chisu wait in painful anticipation, nor witness his soul breaking into loneliness after death. So on a stormy night, he gave up his century-long cultivation. He summoned thunder and lightning to burn himself, transforming into the form of the grave, and came to Chisu's side. He severed fresh ties, all to gain a companion younger than a century. He immediately saw through Chisu's ghostly identity and chose to stay by his side without hesitation, accompanying him through this inseparable act, one who refused to transform into a human, one who refused to remain in the mortal world. No matter if the world calls them ghosts, true or false, as long as they can be together every day, surpassing heaven and earth, what matters is life and death inseparability. What matters is the union of two souls. Faced with this love that transcends life and death, everything turned into dirty oil. In the end, this pair of tragic souls, one a willow spirit, the other a love-eating ghost, found a unique way in this chaotic world to fulfill their promise of never being apart and never abandoning each other. This move was truly next level.